she's ready to last Doom.
It's quite often that video game protagonists from another franchise will turn up in someone else's video game, and the majority of the time they end up being mocked, being killed, or simply made fun of.
Why so serious, Sam?
But sometimes games are also respectfully honoured by the developers, and perhaps because they enjoy the characters. The games inspired them to create the titles they are working on, or they just enjoyed playing them over the years. And for whatever reason, we're going to check out some of the greatest video game references found in video games, and right here on the Easter Egg Hunter. Our first video game reference requires heading back to 1994 and to Revolution Software's cyberpunk point-and-click adventure Beneath a Steel Sky, where, like in many games of this type, Robert Foster, our main protagonist, can die in all sorts of terrible ways. And one of those is when you reach the derelict subway tunnels, because if you don't place a light bulb into this socket, then Robert will be killed by a terrifying monster. Roll forward several years to 97 and Revolution Software released Broken Sword 2, where midway through the game Nico will visit a subway station in London. And if you happen to head over to the chocolate machine and use the hair clip from the purse on the coin slot, an old English penny will fall into the reject slot and you can use it to buy a bar of chocolate, which in turn triggers part of an Easter egg, as now when you walk to the right a ghost will appear, in which you must quickly try to talk to it before it vanishes.
The ghost obviously didn't want to talk. Perhaps it was shy.
And it's at this point that if you head back over to the left and click on the newly visible exit, that you'll be able to witness this super secret scene.
Who the hell are you?
Joey, is that you?
Oh, I remember you now. Hey, listen, don't go near that hole.
Nobody tells Robert Foster what to do, lady.
You don't understand. I've played this game before. There's something horrible in that hole. Some beast with tentacles.
You're nuts.
They don't make animations like that anymore.
Over the years, there have been multiple references in video games to Super Mario and Luigi, and one of my favourites can be found in IO Interactive's Hitman 2016, where in Sapienza and across numerous missions you'll be able to find at least one of the Super Mario Brothers working within the sewers, and you can also knock them out or kill them if you fancy trying on their attire. But if you also happen to hang around Mario in the tunnels during the mission World of Tomorrow, and when he's investigating the inflatable crocodile, then you can also hear him talking to himself on several occasions.
Look at that. Rock has a coin in it. Oh, it just stuck right in there. Maybe there are more. Hey, maybe if I find more, I'll finally meet my princess. You know? Da-ling, da-ling, da-ling. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh. Oh, look, mushrooms. Oh, should I try one? No, it's disgusting. But if it's a good one, you know, I like mushrooms, especially the fun kind. Alright, I'll hang on to it. I'll come back later.
Next up, we are checking out 3 references to id Software's amazing Doom title, and heading back to the 90s for this next collection of games, and surprisingly, we are first of all dropping in on the Muppets Inside computer game, where unbelievably you can take on a game known as the Swedish Chef's Kitchens of Doom, which is, oddly, quite unsettling.
Get up, chef! Don't be such a sourpuss!
You afraid we're gonna follow you over?
Or how about a trip to Springfield? We're in the Simpsons virtual Springfield game from 1997. You should head on over to the Quickie Mart and click on Apoo's donation box resting on the counter, where you can take on this utterly crazy Doom-inspired minigame. While in the first-person shooter Heretic, produced by John Romero and one of the lead designers of Doom, it came with some rather nasty side effects for anyone who tried to cheat. As for those who tried out the IDKFA code from Doom, which would normally give you all keys, armour and ammo, would now take all of your weapons and leave you with a crummy staff instead. Or how about pumping in IDDQD and Doom's God Mode cheat, which would quite literally have the opposite effect here in Heretic by instantly killing your character. Throughout your adventure in Red Dead Redemption 2, you can pick up and collect the Blackwater Ledger, a paper that contains all sorts of stories from killings to hijackings to wars and even mysteries. And within the 70th edition of the paper, you can read all about the Odd Discovery, where geological students discovered a skeleton that appeared to be part human and part equine and was found resting just to the south of Armadillo. And it is, if you happen to visit the home of the Two Crows in New Austin, that you'll be able to stumble upon the remains of the incredible Donkey Lady, a being who was quite clearly captured, strapped to a mill and put to work until death. And if you didn't already know, this is a reference to the famous glitch that occurred in Red Dead Redemption, where back in 2010 YouTuber Wear the Boots documented the glitch that involved a woman who was found sporting the head of a donkey.
She literally has a horse's mouth coming out of her face. I like how polite she is. She has her see what about her face? Alright, hold on one second. Oh, okay, okay. Alright. Go, Donkey Lady, go!
Moving on now to NetherRealm Studios' fighting title Injustice 2, which has a rather cool Easter egg dedicated to Mortal Kombat. As if you happen to take to the stage of Gotham City at the Empire Theatre, it is here where you should try and smash your opponent against the theatre display sign a total of 3 times. As each time this happens, the sign will break, letters will fall, and eventually you'll be left with the awesome Finish Him message, which in the Mortal Kombat series is a time when you can utilise those gruesome and brutal fatalities.
Excellent. Finish him. Raiden wins.
And for our final secret today, we are diving into Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare and taking a look at one of my favourite Easter eggs of all time. As while you battle on the map of Driftwood Shores, you should try and take a moment to head to the docks, where not only can you find a boat named the King of the Red Dandelions, which is a reference to the King of Red Lions and our talking sailboat and companion in the Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, but you can also find a reference to Outset Island, Link's home and the starting position of the game. Well, that's just about it from me for today, but if you have an Easter egg you recommend that I should check out, then definitely let me know about it in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all the latest secrets, Easter eggs and references in video games. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.
Smile in your face.